In the cool of the day, Adam and Eve heard the sound of the Lord walking in the garden. But instead of running toward him, they hid. Shame and fear had taken hold of them. Something had changed forever. Their perfect communion with God was broken, and their paradise was about to be lost. God's voice echoed through Eden, "Where are you?" It was not a question of location, but an invitation to confession. Adam, trembling, admitted his fear, for he was naked. For the first time, he felt exposed, vulnerable, and disconnected from his Creator. When God asked if they had eaten from the forbidden tree, Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. Neither took responsibility. Sin had entered not only their hearts, but also their nature. The harmony of Eden had been shattered, and the consequences would be devastating. God turned to the serpent first, delivering a curse that would define history. The serpent would crawl on its belly in humiliation, and enmity would exist between its offspring and the woman's. Yet, in this judgment, a promise of redemption was hidden, a future savior who would crush serpent's head. Then, God addressed Eve. Childbirth, once a joyful process, would now come with intense pain. Her relationship with Adam would be marked by struggle. What had been a perfect partnership was now tainted by sin. The consequences of their disobedience reached every part of their lives. Adam, too, faced judgment. The land, once effortlessly fruitful, was now cursed. No longer would the earth yield its blessings freely. Thorns and thistles would grow, and survival would require sweat and toil. The perfect balance between humanity and creation had been broken. The ultimate consequence, however, was separation from God. Adam and Eve, created for eternal fellowship with Him, were now destined for death. For dust you are, and to dust you will return. The punishment was not just physical labor and pain, it was mortality itself. Yet, even in judgment, there was mercy. God did not leave them in their shame. He made garments of skin to clothe them, a foreshadowing of the ultimate sacrifice that would one day cover sin completely. Blood had to be shed so they would not remain naked. But Eden was no longer their home. God, in His righteousness, could not allow them to eat from the tree of life and live in eternal separation. He cast them out, placing cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way back. Paradise was lost, but hope was not. The fall of Adam and Eve was not just an event in history, it was the beginning of a battle between sin and redemption. The story of Genesis 3 is not only about punishment, but also about God's plan to restore what was lost through Christ. Even though humanity was separated from God, He never abandoned His creation. From that moment, His plan of salvation was set into motion, a plan that would lead to the cross, where the consequences of sin would be paid in full. This story is a mirror for all of us. Just like Adam and Eve, we often hide from God, blame others, and suffer the consequences of our choices. But God still calls us, still seeks us, and still offers us redemption. What can we learn from Adam and Eve's fall? How does their story reflect our struggles today? And what hope do we have in the midst of sin's consequences? These are the questions we will explore in this video. Stay with us until the end and reflect on this powerful moment in history. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Person with praying hands, help spread the word. Share this video so others can discover the truth of the Bible and God's everlasting love. Let's learn together, grow together, and seek the path that leads back to Him.